So, got a TWOSUN here. Let's get it out of this box. Check it in, we'll check it out. It's a big box. Okay. Alright. This is, I don't know the number offhand, but I'm pretty sure this is a slip joint. Ooh, it's oily. Oily, man. Wonder if the number's on here. I think it is. Wow, look at this thing. The number is not on here. So I'm going to get it. Let me put this stuff up. Yeah, look at this thing. I will say off the top of my head, I'm not a huge fan of this micarta. Yeah, there's something about it that I'm not a tremendous fan of this stuff, but let me get the number of this knife. Okay, this is a TS192. It is a Moslon Mokhtar design in 14C28N. Nice big chunk of blade stock. It's got this burlap micarta. And, you know, I wouldn't mind this if it wasn't so slick. But they polish it up and it makes it slick. But we'll see. Maybe I'll like it more on this knife. But wow, is that a slab of 14C? I'm going to venture a guess and say this is the largest slip joint that I have. This thing, wow, what a piece of knife. Let's oh, the action on this thing. Has that got steel liners? Looks like it's just this micarta. It has wonderful action. That spring at the halfway point is legit. Yeah, really nice grip. I mean, for slicing work, I'm trying to think. This could be very purpose-filled knife. Like, there's no pocket clip, so I'm noticing that now. But like for a box cutter, for sure. I mean, if you slice stuff, look how low the profile is here to slice. Look how low I am. I mean, I don't have to go far at all to just get down and slice. And this thing is going to be a slicing monster. But I mean, just initially, this action is for real. Wonderful. But I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. Let's see what's going on in there. Okay. Yeah, for sure the most formidable slip joint that I have. This thing is, wow. All these screws were super loose. All three of those were very loose. Let's see what's up. It's got a lanyard hole. Okay. And I mean, that doesn't even kind of feel like it wants to come apart. Boy, I hate working on that with that blade exposed. It's like it's just calling me to cut me. Yeah, I may have to though. Yep, so that's kind of the neutral spot. And it's got enough oil in here that I kind of want to get this cleaned up inside here. Let's go ahead and get this off. And it's on washers. It's not on bearings. Yep. Washers against the micarta. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, it's got a layer of oil all the way around it, and so I mean, we want to take it apart and deal with all that, right? Okay, it's completely disassembled. I might polish those washers, but in the end, I might just clean them up. The action on this thing for what it is, I mean, here's the deal. You're not trying to make this action, you know, drop shut or, you know, that kind of thing. That's not where we're headed. So the springiness and the action is definitely there. And so I don't know that I'm going to go polishing these washers. Probably just want to get everything cleaned up and get all this excess oil out of here. Just leave a little bit on the washers and the tiniest little bit where the blade is contacting this spring and backspacer, you know, all in one. This slip mechanism here. What's that called? The backspacer for sure, but it is also the detent and the, I don't know, it's not a lock because it doesn't lock it open or lock it closed. But I think you know what I mean, what it is. Wonder what that's called actually. The lock bar, probably. I mean, that's its function. It's just not a fixed lock. It's the slip lock. Yeah, I'm just gonna wipe these down. They appear to be a little dirty. Get the dirt off them, and we'll give them a new, fresh, tiny little bit of oil. You know, now that I'm doing this, I am going to run them on a belt because they feel like they have raised edges on them. And so I've got it apart. I might as well take care of that. It'll only take me a second. So let me grab a belt and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Got this new high grit belt here. We'll use it. But as I'm sliding that across, matter of fact, I can see it. Let's see if I can get the camera to pick it up. So can you see that edge right there? It's right there. As I'm sliding that flat across the mat, I can feel that burr on that washer dig in. And just that tiny little bit of running it on this belt, I can feel that it's already gone. So, yeah, that don't hurt anything. Just get that little burr off of there. There we go. Oh yeah, way better. I'm gonna wipe it off again though. Yeah. Yeah, that one too. I've got my camera zoomed in a little tighter on this video than all the videos in the past. I'm trying something a little different, a little more zoomed in. Got the camera angle a little tighter than I have done in the past videos. Okay. And we'll let the end result speak for itself. Is it a good thing or... Okay. Well, I got the little burrs off, but then obviously the byproduct of that is they polished up pretty good as well. So let's go ahead and reassemble. This is captured. It's got a D pin, but I don't think it's captured anywhere. It is not. Yeah, it's just freewheeling, which is fine. Okay. Let's go wash her down. Let's do this before I go any farther. Let's put these barrel nuts in place. So I can lay that down. Actually, I think I'm going to knock that one out. And I'll put this one in, and then we'll bring that down to the blade. So I want just the tiniest little bit of oil on that washer. Like so. Little bitty drops. Get this one on. We'll drop this one in place. Let's go that side. Oh, I did that wrong. Come off of there. This is where I want the oil on here. And then I do want to put just the tiniest little bit on the back side of this where it's making blade contact. There we go. Now, let's see if I can get this in. I might have to put that in. And then manipulate that to get this blade on. Gotta watch my washers though. Ooh, don't do that. Let's move that washer out of there. There it goes. Gotcha. Okay. That's it. Pretty simple knife. Definitely not complicated. Complex, none of it. Got me a new bit, my screwdriver. It makes me happy. I had some tough knives, man, over the last 30 days. I mean, really tested me. I think I've had 3 that I couldn't get in. I mean, just locked me out. One of them was kind of trickery. But 2 of them just flat locked me out. Let's open this up. And then tighten these. there's no liners in there, so it's going to flex quite a bit. Pretty solid right there. Too tight. Don't have any spring. Might be too tight here is why I don't have any spring, but let's see. Yeah. Yep. Not allowing that spring to flex. That's why all this was loose. There we go. Okay. Well, I mean, this is a big time budget knife, but as slip joints go, it's pretty formidable. So let's just get it broke down. The grip is nice. I do think it's a good thing that this is a super budget knife, and it is. This knife is well under $30, and I think it's under $20 is what I paid for it. And without liners in it, I mean, there's not a lot of flex here. These are really stiff scales, but I do think that for what's here, this knife shouldn't cost any more than what I paid for it. This micarta, I mean, my struggle with it is it's just polished, and so it is slick. Now, I will say it's comfortable in hand, but of course, with it being a slip joint, this knife is only good for this kind of cutting right here. Nice polish on the blade. Yeah, good ergonomics. Hand fits in there well. It's locked in pretty good. Nice place for the thumb. And then this is meant to cut, like this. Let's see how sharp it is. I mean, based on how it looks, this thing should be as sharp as a razor blade. Yeah, I mean, it most definitely is crazy wicked sharp. 100%. But I think it's got a burr issue. So I'm going to strop it. I've had a couple of conversations about strops recently. Charles says he's going to send me one. I'm excited to try it, Man, I'm excited for anything new like that. I'm in. I can't, I'll get obsessed. I'll start stropping knives just to see if I can make a difference. But yeah, so I've got that coming. And then I think Stefan mentioned something about a fire hose strop. And I've been planning to look into that. Oh, is this thing sharp now? Just knocking a little bitty burr off. And this thing is not disappointing now. It is that kind of stupid sharp. Which, a slip joint like this should be sharp like that, right? And this thing is going to have the ability. I mean, I'm literally going to use the weight of the knife. Look at it. Look how sharp that is. That tip. So, I mean, in lieu of a box cutter, maybe, I mean, I wouldn't want to do any heavy cutting with it just because it's not locked out. But as long as you are downforce, like this or like this, cutting through material away from the back of the blade. But man, if that thing came, it is so sharp. If that came around in any fashion towards them fingers, like even there, if it even came to the half cock position, the finger's there. So, I mean, I would be cut. It's got a nice little sharpening choil cut in there. Get a few sharpenings on that. Yeah, all in all, not bad. Let me check price and availability. Okay, TWOSUN TS192. There's currently a live auction and a fixed auction going on eBay. I checked White Mountain Knives and I drew a blank. So I think eBay's the choice right now to find these. But I did find two auctions for them. One of them's a fixed auction and they're asking like 40 some dollars for it. And then the other one is a live auction and it's got a couple of days left and I think it's up to like 14 bucks. So I paid $18 for this at a live auction from D-Win. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. TS192 slip joint. Very basic knife. Like we got in there. You saw it. There's not a lot going on in here. And there's no liners, there's no, I mean, it's burlap micarta 14C and then whatever this is made out of and the hardware. Yeah, so TS192. Appreciate y'all watching. Check it out.